Alright guys, welcome to my channel. I am Jennifer and today we are doing the mid-year check-in tag. This tag was created by Dan Reeds and Harriet Rosie. I will link both of their videos down in the description below. I have not been tagged by anybody. It's still kind of new. I wanted to go ahead and jump on the boat. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Number 1, how many books have you read this year? I have read 28 books. I am 10 books away from beating my goal this year, which is 30. What is your favorite book so far this year? I'm going to have to say Speak by Laurie Anderson. I mentioned it in my rapid fire book tag, or I don't really know if I'm going to upload this one first or the next one. But it was a really good read. I think this book has been published for quite some time, and it was the first time I read it this year, and I thought it was really good. It talks about, rape and sexual assaults, and more so on dealing with those emotions afterwards and speaking out about it, and I thought it was a very powerful book, and I think most people should read it. Number 3 is, what is the most disappointing book you've read so far this year? And that would be Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I've already kind of gotten rid of the book, so I can't hold it up here. And I DNF'd it. I was really looking forward to reading this book, and it just kind of fell flat for me. The book was way too conversational. There wasn't really much of a plot. The characters were withholding so much information. You're not really sure what's going on, and it's frustrating, and it's not, intense where you're like, I gotta read the next chapter, I need to know what's going on. It's just like, okay, you guys are hiding stuff from me, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So I DNF'd it, and I read what, the synopsis or the summary of how the book ends, and I like where the story was going, but it just didn't do it for me, and it was really disappointing. Number 4 is, what genre have you read the most this year? And well, just let me show you, because I have a chart in my journal. Alright, so I have created this scraggly looking chart to keep track of each genre I read. The one with X's across it means I had DNF that book, so I think I've read a good amount of different styles, different genres, but I've read young adult fiction the most. I put young adult fiction as its own separate genre. I know there are multiple genres underneath young adult fiction, but I don't know. A lot of the young adult fiction books I read, I feel like kind of have the same style with it, so I keep it under one genre. I've read, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 young adult books this year. And the reason being I've read so much is because I am rereading the House of Night series, which is a young adult, and that's the main reason why I've read so much young adult this year. Number 5 is, name the new author you have discovered this year, or your new favorite author. I wouldn't call her a favorite, but Charlie Anders, I read All the Birds in the Sky for my library book. I have never heard of the writer previously. I wouldn't call her a favorite, but definitely one that I'm interested in reading her other books. So, number 6, what is the most surprisingly good book you've read this year? And that was Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. I was expecting to hate the book, because I've read a couple of other Chuck Palahniuk books before, and I didn't like them. I either DNF'd them, I gave them low ratings, really weren't my thing, but Invisible Monsters actually impressed me. Number 7, what is your most favorite and most anticipated 2018 book? I don't have a favorite, because I've only bought one 2018 release this year. Yep, there it is. And this is it, The Last Rite, the Merciless, number 4. This came in actually this past Saturday. So, yeah. This is the only new release I have bought this year. And I'm probably not even going to read it this year. I backlist all the books that I buy, whether they're old or new releases. Number 8, what is your next big priority this year? I really want to finish my year goal before it's already been half a year. I was hoping to finish 38 books about half a year in, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I still want to finish it before the year ends, like way before the year ends, not like just barely. I really want to beat it like at least 4 months before the year ends, because I want to see how much I can actually read. I've never really properly tracked how much I read in a year before. I kind of started in the middle of the year last year tracking it, but that's the thing. I started in the middle of the year. I don't remember every book I read beforehand, so I'm curious to see, if 38 books was a great reading goal, or if it was way too low, or I don't think it's going to be too high because I'm at 28 right now, but that's what I want to do. What has been your bookish highlight of this year so far? This sounds completely and totally lame, but me getting a library card, it's a big deal to me because I have lived in the same area for over 10 years and I have never gotten a library card from my local library. I have no idea why, but I got one earlier this year, and I think it's great that I finally did. Can definitely save more money reading books from the library and then later purchasing books that I thoroughly enjoyed that I want to have. So I think that was really important for me this year. And the last question is, who do you tag? Okay, I'm tagging 5 people. I'm going to tag Gab About Books, As Told by Honey, Bookish Jen, Vanessa Fan, that's 4, and Caitlin and Elisa. So 5 people. If you don't get tagged by anybody, feel free to go ahead and do it. So I didn't do the mid-year freakout tag last year because last year it was about halfway through the year when I first started tracking my books. So, but that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!